For the thousands of philosophers and the hundreds of thousands of books of philosophy, the answer, the truth, is in the silence, not in the noise. By noise, I mean human thought, human analysis, all the distractions. Even in the meditator's mind, we still think, oh, tomorrow I need to go to the shop, and yesterday, something happened to me, and I have problems with my roof. We have all our human concerns. But when you get those distractions down zero or close to zero, and all you have is silence, and you silently realize, that's what I am. And I use I parenthetically. Silence, not the noise. The silence is the truth, not all of our analysis, our thinking. I have a master's degree in this, a bachelor's degree in that. I'm a certified ABC, XYZ, yada, yada, yada. The silence is what we are. The spark of life, the spark of Reiki, the energy itself, the essence of God. It's all silence.
Damn it. In my mind is all the time, but how can I explain? What does it mean? How can I really understand it? But I need to know in order to understand. That's the only thing I came up. That's the fun part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And think about how we were trained. Let's go back to sort of a cultural analysis here. At 4 or 5 years old, you and I and all of our audience went to school. And we learned to think, we did our math, we learned our first language, maybe a second language. We used to draw, to write. Maybe by 8 years old, we probably learned a little bit about science, H2O, things like that. You learn that kind of stuff and you become worldly, but you're all up here. But teachers don't say, okay, let's practice meditation. Maybe today they do in some of the alternative schools like the Waldorf, or there's another a German tradition along those lines. It's I want to say Schumacher, but maybe that's not correct.
I actually don't know.
Let's say Waldorf, because that one I'm quite sure.
That most people know.
Where the kids do meditate, they're given plant-based meals. No animals are consumed, no animal products are consumed. Instead of learning how to read and write, the kids are going out learning how to collect seeds from a daisy, or how to plant cucumber seeds, and how much to give them water, and how to climb a tree, and how to fly a kite. It's like, well, those are life skills, real human skills.
Yeah.
So you look at our education system, I'm pretty sure this is global. I don't know anywhere it's other than this, is that you are taught to be in your head. So you know very little about silence unless you're in trouble and say, Julian, you've been a bad boy, sit in the corner silently. You can't talk to your friends for an hour, which is probably the best education you get because you're learning to meditate.
Yeah.
So our education system just totally distracts us from our essence.
Yes, I can totally feel that.
Yeah, the essence is within. Of course, we need an education system. Of course, I can do math and I can read and I can play music and I speak a foreign language and I know where Scandinavia is at. Yeah, I know all that stuff. It's cool. It helps me function as a social being. Criticize that statement, it turns you into a zombie. Like I was teasing earlier.
Yeah.
Go to work, earn money, buy more consumer goods, do some alcohol or drugs, get sick, buy some pharmaceuticals, go to the hospital, give all your money to the doctors, get better, go back to work, earn some more money. Perfect system. Sleepwalking or zombies or hypnotized. I quite like this word hypnotized because it doesn't sound so venal. Brainwashing sounds like, yeah, they're gonna do this. Like, well, it is brainwashing, but it's a simple hypnosis. Simply watching the media for 3 hours, murder, death, murder, fire, death, war. Woo! I think I just hypnotized myself. Just
Just
It's
by doing
all
it
we get
yourself.
from, oh my God. And you go to any given country, you turn on the channels, let's say their channels on a television, 13579, same shit.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's not allowing us to be in our own space and our own quietness. So to leap to a different topic, when I'm teaching, these are some of the questions I query my students, not only their nutrition, their exercise, their meditation, their knowledge of Reiki, but how often they use social media or mass media.
Mm-hmm.
And some people have brought it down very close to zero, which is cool. But a lot of people are still, well, social media 2 or 3 hours and television probably an hour before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, but I can't meditate. You can't meditate because you have 6 hours of shit coming into your mind every day, 365 days a year, multiplied by 27 years or 54 years, whatever your age. So of course you cannot get peace or silence or focus or concentration or essence or know yourself, because you are overloaded with toxic information, which is energy. The
There we
mass
go.
media is extremely powerful energy. And even so-called, let's say something like Facebook is an alternative to CNN, BBC. No, it's not. It's a gigantic corporation that owns you and all your information and everything that you have publicly thought, seen, observed, or visited. It's this, there's no alternative.
And I think
You are
that's,
still in the machine.
yeah, that's so important to be aware of this happening, because it's, at least for me, was so normal to like, oh yeah, everybody has like their, when they look on their phone, they're 3 hours spent on Instagram or 5 hours a day on their phone in general. And that seems just normal. The numbers are still going up, I think, right now in today's time, especially with COVID, the numbers of screen time even go up. And it's really, really important to know that everything you take in has an impact. It's not like, oh, I'm watching like 25 murders every single day in the media and it doesn't have an impact on you. It's impossible. And especially because even when you visualize things or when you see things, your brain doesn't know if it's real happening in front of you or it's just the screen. So if your brain is like, oh wait, there's a murder over there, oh, well, every day. So it's quite a confusing thing for the brain to understand. This is just happening somewhere in the world. It's not affecting you right now directly, because it's so close. It's just right there. And but that leads me now to the, like, after understanding or being aware of it, is, as you said, like reducing that intake is so important.